guys, and welcome back to a new video. Today we're going to do another tier ranking video, and we're going to be ranking book tropes this time. Last time I ranked popular book top books, so if you want to go and watch that then I'll link it at the top. But I've got my iPad again. Today it has been raining all day and I just thought I want to film a little cozy video, so I thought we'll sit here with my blanket and my iPad and we'll just film a cute little tier ranking video, just a little bit of fun. So I've literally gone onto tiermaker.com and I've just searched book tropes and clicked on one of them. I had a quick look through and just looked at which tiers that I already liked. Didn't really want to customize it myself this time because I just was going off what they've got in here. So they've got a bit of a range, so I'll go through the actual tiers. So we've got God tier, which is obviously like the best one. Then we've got obsessed, so like really good but not like top tier. Average / just okay, that's pretty self-explanatory, not my favourite. And then could live without / unbearable. I do have some that could go in there. So we're just gonna make our way through. Let me know if you agree with any of these, or like if you have a different opinion or anything like that. And let me know if you want to see any more like tier ranking videos, because I actually find this really fun, but I'm like stuck on what to rank. So let me know in the comments if you want me to do any more of these, and we're just going to dive in and just have a little cozy tier ranking video. So let's get started. What have we got first? Enemies to lovers. Now, I absolutely am obsessed with this, but sometimes I feel like it's advertised as enemies to lovers and it's actually more just like frenemies. But if it's proper enemies to lovers, then it's like my top tier fave, so God tier. Friends to lovers, see, again, I do like this, but it has to be done correctly. So for example, Powerless, which I'm currently reading by Elsie Silver, that is such a good friends to lovers romance. But then other ones are sometimes a little bit boring, so I'm probably just going to put obsessed, because I really like, if it's done really well like in Powerless, then I am obsessed. But other than that, it's like, yeah. Friends with benefits to lovers, I'm just going to go with average / just okay. It's not my favourite, but it's like, it's alright, yeah. Brother's best friend, I actually really like this trope. I think it's just because there's the whole aspect of they can't be together, or they're not allowed to be together, and there's just that little bit of tension in the book. So I actually really like that one, so that one's going to go in obsessed. It's not like God tier, but it is an obsessed one. I just really like it. And then best friend's brother, I don't actually like this as much as brother's best friend, so I'm probably just going to put that into average / just okay, because I feel like the third act breakup of like the best friend finding out that her friend's been with her brother, it's just annoying and I just don't enjoy that bit. Marriage of convenience, I could actually live without. I just really don't like it. It's really not my fave. I might put that in not my favourite. It's like, to be fair, I don't really like reading it, but I feel like it's a little bit more bearable than other tropes that I really don't like, so I'm just going to go with that one. Mafia romance, again, it's not my favourite. Sometimes I just think it's a little bit extreme. I mean, I understand why people do like it, especially if you're like a dark romance reader, but for me, it's just not my favourite. Stepbrother romance, that is absolutely illegal and I do not want to read. So that is going to go with unbearable. Age gap, again, it's okay if it's like not an illegal age gap. Yeah, I'm probably just going to put average / just okay. Like if they're adults with an age gap, it really doesn't bother me, like, but if it's like teenagers and they're dating someone who's like, say you're 16 and you're dating someone who's like 30, that's just icky to me in a book. Like, yeah, not for me. Bully romance, no thank you. I don't really want to read about that. Although I do think, is it A Million Kisses in Your Lifetime? Like, I think that's meant to be a bully romance, and I actually do want to read that because I've heard mixed reviews. Like, some people are like, yeah, it's redeemable, and then others are like, absolutely not, I just don't like this book. So I want to read it for myself to understand. But yeah, it's bully romance, just generally not for me. Good girl, bad boy, that's not like, is that Grumpy Sunshine, or do we have a separate Grumpy Sunshine? Oh, we don't have a separate Grumpy Sunshine in here, but I'm probably just gonna put like average. It's not like my absolute favourite, because I'm like, that dynamic doesn't necessarily have to happen for it to be a Grumpy Sunshine. I do like Grumpy Sunshine books, but the whole like typical good girl bad boy thing doesn't have to be there for it to be a Grumpy Sunshine. So I'm just gonna put average. Bad girl good boy, again, I'm just gonna put not my favourite, because I just don't know, it's just not my favourite. Secret relationship, now as in like cheating or like brother's best friend type secret. If it's cheating, it would be a no. If it's, I'm gonna take this as it's like brother's best friend type, you know, hidden thingy, because I do like that sometimes, as in like, what's the word, like when they're having to hide it for a little bit, because I feel like sometimes it makes it a little bit funny, but then I do get a bit bored and I'm like, right, you can tell people now. So I'm just gonna put like average. Forbidden romance, again, average. I feel like that they're basically the same thing, if that's what it means. Love triangle, I'm gonna go with not my fave, because I'm just like, you always favour one more than the other. Especially me, I'm like, I favour that character, so if it's the other character, I'm like, I don't want it to be you. Paranormal, not my favourite. I do read like thrillers and stuff, so like paranormal in that sense, but like, I don't know, it's alright. Forced proximity, I actually really do like, so I'm going to put that in obsessed, because I feel like, especially if it's like mixed with an enemies to lovers and then they literally have to be with each other, I feel like that's really fun, so I actually do like that one. Second chance romance, again, I do like this if it's done correctly. If it's like you're giving them a second chance and they've literally cheated on you for no good reason, then I'm like, no, not for me. But I feel like sometimes, you know, things happen. Give Every Summer After, for example, that book, like second chance romance, loved that one. Single parent, now again, it's not my fave. I don't really like children in books, if I'm quite honest. I just feel like, I don't know, sometimes it's a bit annoying. Personal preference. But I have actually heard a lot of people say that too. But like Heartless in the Chestnut Spring series, I actually did like that one, and the kid was really cute and Cade was just amazing. So I'm just gonna put it as average. Like, it's all right, it's not really my favorite most of the time, but sometimes I do like it. It's just, yeah, it's in the middle. Workplace romance, I actually do like that, because I feel like, again, you get that like funny dynamic sometimes. Right, and then we've got One of Them Is Famous. I have actually read a few books like this, and I do like it sometimes, but not like all the time. So again, it's probably going to be like average, just okay. I feel like most of these tropes are just average, okay. Fake dating, again, I actually do really like that, so I'm going to put that in God tier, because I actually do really like it. But again, it has to be done right, I feel. Like, sometimes if it's like fake dating and then they're just do that third act breakup where they're like, oh, I don't really know if I like you, and then they in their head they do, like, that's a bit annoying. But generally I do like fake dating. Billionaire, this is like a give or take, so I'm just gonna put like average, just okay. I think sometimes it's a little bit cute when they like give them like gifts and stuff, like, you know, in the story, but other than that, it's a bit like, not really that bothered. Royalty, I'm gonna put not my favorite, to be quite honest. It's not like unbearable. I really liked it in Twisted Games with Bridget, but I just generally wouldn't really pick up a royalty book. Like, I wouldn't really read like Bridgerton or anything like that, so not for me. Forbidden Love, that's literally, isn't that the same as Forbidden Romance? So I'm just gonna put that in average, just okay. Mutual Pining, again, it's a bit like, I don't know how to describe this. It's like cute with like friends to lovers and that sort of thing, but then I'm like, if it's, I don't know, I'm just gonna put average. I don't really have like, I don't know how to word it. I don't have that many thoughts on this, if I'm quite honest. Arranged marriage, I could live without that. I know that's the thing that happens, but it's just, it's not for me to read about, to be honest. I'm not really that bothered about it. I feel like, To be honest, marriage in books in general is, I'm really not that bothered about. I'm just more bothered about the actual story of them getting together. Like, I'm not really bothered about the whole epilogue bit where they're all married and they got kids. Like, I don't really care about that. So just marriage in general in books is just, yeah, I don't really care about it. Someone makes a bet. I don't know what that means. Like, they make a bet and then they date them. Like, what's that film? She's All That. If it's that type, then I do like it, but then I also feel bad for the character, so I'm probably just going to put it in average. Because it's like, I don't know, I like that film, but then I'm also like, I also feel bad that they've betted to date her, so yeah, unsure. Accidental pregnancy, I do not like. An accidental pregnancy one night stand either, I don't like. It's not my thing. I don't want to read about it. I just don't like that trope. Like, I know it's done well in certain books, like one of the Elsie Silver books, but generally not for me. Loss of virginity, again, I don't really want to read about that. I feel like, you know, I'm in my 20s, it's not for me to read about. It doesn't add to the book at all for me, so I'm just like, yeah, no. Unrequited love, I'm going to put not my favourite because it's a bit like awkward. It's a bit awkward to read about, like they're just pining after someone else and then that person doesn't like them. Yeah. For example, some things that happen in the Magnolia Parks books, it's a bit like, oh, it's just so hard to read. Mistaken identity, I'm going to put like, I could live without that, to be honest. Don't really need to read that. Insta-love, again, no thank you. Slow burn, I'm going to put average, just okay. It's all right sometimes, like when you have a slow burn and then eventually the characters get together, but sometimes the slow burn is just too long. But I get it's a slow burn, but it doesn't need to be a slow burn. Like, you know what I mean. Sometimes it's dragged out too much. The one bed trope I actually really like. Obsessed, I love it if it's done right. Banter, I love when like there's really good banter in a book. I feel like some authors are really good at that. For example, Emily Henry, she's really good with some banter in her books, especially Funny Story that's just come out. I really like that one. This older heroine, older hero thing, I'm just going to put not my favourite because I'm really not that bothered about this whole age thing. I'm not bothered. Tutor romance, I could live without that, to be honest. I don't need that in my life. Sports romance, love. I just had a little thought when I said that. Hockey romance, rugby, football, that sort of thing. Then I thought about Tessa Bailey's new golf book. I am not going to read that. Just, yeah, it depends on the sport, but generally love a sports romance. I actually really enjoy reading about the sports bit in the book as well, like not just the romance. So I actually really like that. And college romance, I'm just going to put like average, okay. I feel like college age level is fine to read in a book because typically they're like of adult age, so that's fine. And like the not the Briar U series, the off-campus series, like that's college age. I really enjoyed that. So I actually liked that. But yeah, and those are all of our tropes. Oh, I've just moved that. So there's our little tier thing that we've got going on. I feel like most of them are pretty like average. I feel like I don't have that many where like I really like that type of trope. Again, I just think Enemies to Lovers and Fake Dating, like they're my top tier favourite ones, and there are some I'm obsessed with, obviously, like some Friends to Lovers is really good, like Powerless from the Chestnut Spring series, but other than that it's kind of just like average. But yeah, those are all of our tropes. But thank you so much for watching today's video, and let me know if you want me to do any other tier ranking videos, as like I actually really enjoy doing this, but I kind of need some ideas on other ones to do. But yeah, thank you for watching today's video, and I'll see you in another one super soon. Bye.